Alright, so today we're going to talk about goal setting. So it's not the most exciting topic in the world, but it's extremely important if you're a person that's going to take on a fat loss journey to actually set yourself a goal and make sure you have an outline to go and get that. So usually what might happen is a person might look in the mirror, get a shock and say, my God, I'm after putting on weight. They might put on a jumper or a pair of trousers and be like, this used to be loose on me, now it's tight. And have that little moment where they're like, I need to do something quick, start getting myself in shape and looking after myself. And they'll come up with a lot of ideas. They'll get this idea in their head, I'm going to drop a couple of pounds, maybe I'm going to fit into this dress size or something like that, or I might get a PT and join a gym, start going to the gym a bit more, and 9 times out of 10 they'll actually not follow through and do any of it. It'll be just an idea in their head, a fabrication, something that might happen, but they won't actually follow through and commit to the PT or commit to going to the gym regularly or commit to eating healthier on a regular basis. So 2 things that are fundamentally going wrong with nearly absolutely everybody when it comes to a fat loss journey is they do not set a start point and they do not set an end point. So I know looking at that start point can be scary. A lot of people that I've ever worked with, when they come in, you're like, right, I just want to have a quick look at your weight. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to look. I can't look at my weight. It's kind of like the Sunday morning after a Saturday night out. You do not want to look at your bank account. You don't want to see what the damage was. It's the same thing as this. The person does not want to get up in the scales and see where they're starting off from. So don't be shy, get up onto it. It's only going to be a number at the end of the day. And that is going to be your start point, which we're going to put right up here at the top. So for me personally, if I was going to assess myself losing body fat, I'd use weight in kilograms to assess how I'm going, but I wouldn't recommend this for everyone. Unlike maybe 90% of the world, if I look at my weight and see I'm after going up, I'm not going to lose my life over it. I'm not going to panic. I'm going to know that's part of the situation. But you need to use some form of metric to assess how you're going to progress. So for me, I'm going to use weight. For other people, it could be their waist measurement, because after all, a lot of people that want to drop body fat want to see their waist getting smaller. So you can use your thigh circumference, you can use anything at all, just once you have something to assess and see your progress. So let's say, for example, let's say I'm 90 kilograms and I want to get myself down to about 85. So 85 is going to go at the bottom here. That's going to be my target. That's going to be my end point, what I'm going to try get to. So you're after plucking up the courage, you're after jumping up in the scales, for example, you looked, you got your starting point, or you're after measuring around your waist, you have your start point, good. You're after saying where you want to get to, and you're after allotting yourself a certain amount of time to do it. So I put time along the bottom, my start point, my end point. I've given myself a certain amount of time to try and achieve this goal. So that's the 2 most important things to do first. Identify your start point and set your end goal of where you want to get in a certain time frame. Now straight after that, the very first thing is I want to get from 90 kilograms down to 85 kg, but that's not going to be my first target. My very first target is going to be a much smaller one. It's going to be up here, and it's going to be 89 kilos. So from going from 90 to 85, 85 is not my first target. My first target is only 1 kilo. So when you start off on the fat loss journey, you're after getting a bit of a shock. You've seen your starting weight or seen your starting waist measurement, and that's after motivating you initially. You're like, right, I need to do something about this. I'm going to make a change. You get stuck into it, and then that's why it's important to set a small, achievable target that you can achieve within the first week or within the first 2 weeks. So when you hit that 89 mark, for me, I'm going to be like, right, that's great. That's my first win. That's something for me to celebrate. Give me a bit more motivation to continue working and hit my next target, which is going to be 88 kilos. And when I get there, it's the exact same thing again. It's another little win. It's another bit of motivation to keep me going, keep me on track and going towards my end point. And that'll continue all the way down, 87, 86, 85 until I hit that target. And that's why it's important. Instead of thinking about the end point straight away and overshooting yourself and thinking I need to get there as fast as possible, you give yourself a lot of time to hit that point, but you set up the smaller little targets on the way. So as you go towards that end point, you have multiple little victories, multiple little wins to keep yourself motivated. And you know what? When you get a little win, you feel better about yourself too. And that's always going to be a great feeling to have, rather than kind of going, when am I ever going to get there? So hold up, I know what you're going to say. You always say, don't judge your progress off weight. And that's true. I always say that, especially to a lot of my female clients. So that's why I recommend sometimes this could be judged off your waist measurement, as I mentioned earlier in the video. But it's just so important you have some form of measurement that you're going to track your progress and see how you're doing. So you can assess and you can always know if someone come up to you and goes, oh, how are you getting on with your fat loss journey? How's the progress going? That you can actually give an answer and say, yeah, I'm actually doing this. I'm down whatever. I'm down 5 centimeters on my waist. Instead of going, I don't know, I started 3 or 4 weeks ago, but I'm sticking to it a bit. So final thing to understand about when you're doing this goal setting, about where you are and where you want to get to, is understand this. This is a linear line, so dead straight going down. It is important to understand that that's not how fat loss works. There is no way in God's earth that is going to be a straightforward process. If you're going to go on a fat loss journey, get this in your head straight away, your progress is going to look something like this. is going to be a lot of ups and downs. It's not linear, it's not straightforward. There's going to be fluctuations. There's going to be days you might weigh heavier, there's going to be days you might have a bigger waist, and it could be days you're a bit down further, a bit lower to your measurements. But it's 100% assured that it is never going to be straight lined. It's never going to be straightforward. You're going to have them fluctuations. So if you get up in the weighing scales one day, have a look, see you're up in weight, don't panic, don't scream, don't think what the hell is after going wrong. Just understand that it's just that day. Next day you could have dropped and you might be down to a new low point. But understand that for a fact. So if you take anything away from this video, just take these 4 points away. Get a start point. As I said before, no one likes to initially look at their starting weight or their starting waist measurement or wherever you're using to assess your progress. Number 2, set your endpoints. So have a target in mind that you're going to aim for. Number 3, when you have that all set up, set out small little steps along the way so you can have your small victories on the way to your bigger endpoint goal. And number 4, understand it's not going to be straight line. It's never going to be that easy. There's going to be ups and downs, but be prepared for it. If you understand that, there's more chance of you sticking to it, because if you jump up the scales, see you're up, so what? It's not the end of the world. I'm still making progress. Next week I'm going to be back down. So there are 4 main points to take out of this for when you're setting yourself a goal on a fat loss journey. So again, if you enjoyed this video and you think this content related to you or resonated with you, feel free to hit like, hit share. Obviously, the more people that see this in terms of fat loss journeys, the more they might understand about setting up their own goals and help more people along the way.